Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video, guys, we're going to be doing more r/confessions, more Reddit stories, and so my name is Dystopic, and let's go straight into our very first story. I stole $15,000 from my parents. They still don't know. This was years ago. I, now 28 male, was 19 and addicted to online gambling. I had moved out but still had access to my childhood bank account, which unknowingly to me, my parents had linked to a joint emergency savings fund they never used. One day I noticed $1,200 sitting there. Then I noticed more. Over the course of a year, I slowly drained it. 200 here, 500 there, telling myself I'd replace it once I hit big. I didn't. I lost it all. Eventually the account got closed. I panicked, deleted all traces, told my parents the bank froze my childhood account due to inactivity. They bought it. I don't think they ever checked the link once. Or maybe they did and just never confronted me. It wasn't till I got clean and into therapy that I realized what I had really done. They still talk about how proud they are of me getting my shit together. I bought a house last year, but they don't know I did it with that money. I should never had. I'm saving and I plan to give it back, but part of me wonders if I deserve to be forgiven when they eventually find out. I mean, listen, OP, I think the best thing, the most important thing is that you got over that addiction and that, well, yeah, you did some pretty shitty things to your parents. Like, at the end of the day, they're not suffering from it anymore and you plan on paying it back. And I mean, no, they won't be happy with you, but at the end of the day, I bet they won't be as angry as they would be if you were still gambling with that money to this day. So I think just pay it back, and honestly, that's not a big deal. I think you'll be fine. On to the next story. I think my wife is emotionally cheating on me. I tried to fix things in a weird way and now I'm just lost. So I've been with my wife for 8 years. I'm 36, she's 34. We've had a pretty normal life. Apartment, 2 cats, boring dinners with her family, occasional trips, nothing crazy. But for a while now, maybe like a year, things have felt off. Like we were just coexisting. No big fights or anything, just emotionally flat, like roommates. Anyway, about a month ago, I saw something pop up on her phone. I wasn't snooping, just sitting next to her on the couch while she was in the kitchen. Message preview looked kind of flirty. Not sexual, but not how you text coworkers either. Later I checked again. Yeah, not work related at all. It was someone she's obviously emotionally connected to. Lots of inside jokes, playful teasing, even stuff that felt a little intimate. You know when someone texts in a way that just different from how you talk to anyone else? That. And here's the weird part. I didn't bring it up. I just kind of sat with it. I didn't want to explode or confront. I didn't even know why. Maybe I was scared of confirming what I already knew. Instead, I started trying to win her back. Like, without her knowing that I knew. I changed things. I became more flirty, more spontaneous. I asked her to meet me at a bar like we were strangers. She actually went along with it. We've done it a few times now. It's like role playing. Like we're pretending to fall in love again. It's intense, sometimes even hot. But it also feels fake. Because here's the thing. She's still texting him. And she knows I've seen it. I never said the words, but she's not hiding it either. We're both just pretending. It's like we're living in this weird fantasy layer over a crumbling relationship. Some nights I feel more alive than I have in years. Other nights I feel like a damn clown. I don't know what this is anymore. A fix? A game? Last dance before it ends? Just had to get it off my chest. OP, I feel like that's a really bad situation. If I had to say anything, I would honestly just say that you need to confront her about it, you know? And if it's confirmed and if it's cheating for sure, then, you know, it's not, you didn't say that you two have kids. So if you don't have kids, then, you know, 8 years down the drain, that's crazy. But at the end of the day, that might be the best thing for you is to break up with this woman. If, you know, if she is cheating on you with someone else. But like I said, I think talking about it to her would be the best part instead of playing this little fantasy. But I can't say that I would do any different. It's a hard situation to be in. But anyways, let's read the next one. The next one is titled, I finally stood up for myself against a friend in the group. I feel so proud of myself for finally letting my feelings out. I've never done this before and it feels like a massive weight. And group of pent-up feelings are just gone. I'm only turning 19 next month, but I feel like I'm too young to deal with a shitty person who cares about nothing but herself. She expects us to spend a fortune on her, but spend nothing on us. Complains about having no money, so she won't hang out, but wants us to spend upwards of $800, just 2 of us alone, to spend 2 days out at a spa place for her birthday. Finally snapped and wrote a wall of text in the server to her and all of her friends about everything. She knows none of of us can afford much. Not all of us drive yet. She knows my family especially are not close to wealthy. I'm so proud to have finally stood up to someone and taking care of my own feelings. Her response was a typical, "I'm sorry, but" type of apology. Maybe only half of what I went at her for, and even denying something when there's proof for. TLDR, I stood up for myself for the first time against a friend. Feel good about it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a big deal, you know? Some people might act like that's not a big deal, but for you, especially if you were, you know, going along with her and letting her use you for money for so long and then just feeling that way and not saying anything, yeah, it's a huge deal. Absolutely. I mean, if you're gonna get that off your chest and finally say that and speak up to her, you know, that's something that's going to change the way you look at social interactions for the rest of your life. You're not gonna feel the pressure to cave in and let someone walk all over you like you used to. So I think that this one is a pretty good one. And that's all I've got to say about that one. So on to the next one. On to our final story. It's titled, "My cousin became a kindergarten teacher and I'm scared for those kids." She always wanted to be a teacher. Always. Ever since we were little, she used to force her dolls to learn math and give me fake homework to grade. So when she got her teaching credential last year, everyone was thrilled except me because I know her. I really know her. She's got zero patience, doesn't take criticism well, and has a habit of low-key mocking people who aren't as smart as her. I've seen her lose her mind over a crying kid in a grocery store. I've seen her fake allergies to get out of babysitting, but now she's somehow expected to handle a room full of 5-year-olds with behavioral issues? It keeps me up at night. Like, imagine being a scared little kid who wets their pants or cries because they miss home, and the adult in charge is someone who thinks gentle parenting is a punchline. Someone who once told me she wouldn't adopt because trauma kids are too much work. I'm not going to say anything. What am I supposed to do? Report her for being emotionally cold? She passed her background check, has a degree, and posts cute classroom decor on Instagram. Everyone thinks she's a saint. Maybe I'm just projecting, but I've seen how easily people like her slip through the cracks and end up in positions of power over the most vulnerable. Anyway, I just needed to say it somewhere because if I ever hear that a kid came home crying because of Miss Blank, I don't think I'll be surprised. Opie, I feel like this is a great point to bring up because it seems that there's so many teachers out there that are exactly like this. And even in my experience throughout like education and high school and middle school, I've always saw that there's been always those few teachers that just do not care. You know, my worst type of teacher, honestly, in my mind was always like the extremely quick to anger, or the ones that would judge you the second they think you're dumber than you. I myself dealt with a lot of passive aggressive teachers and they always just pissed me off. So I can fully understand where you're coming from and why you really wanted to say it. And I honestly, I'm not sure that there is a good thing to do. I mean, I suppose you could, you know, warn the faculty. Like if there was a way to like go to the school itself and report and just like let them know. You don't necessarily have to get her fired, but like just let them know that she's like that, then that might be of use, because then depending on if the school is actually good or not, they may or may not take that into consideration and watch her more closely. But other than that, I honestly don't know what else you could do besides that, because it seems like it's just one of those things where she's going to be another one of those teachers, just like so many are, and there's not going to be much that people can do until eventually, if it gets bad enough, then she might get herself fired. But that's all I have to say for all these videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these stories, and you know, if you are new to this channel, then why don't you check out some other videos I've made in the past. And anyways guys, I will see you in the next upload. All right, bye bye.